So here I was looking through after opening this from the weekly web store, and I was initially thinking what I'd use it for. One big thing that popped up was the 7 for 7 challenge, thinking if it would be useful, Battlegrounds, but it was pretty much just between Emma Frost, Ebony Maw, and Red Goblin. But at the end of the day, I figured that it'd probably be best to go with Emma Frost due to how useful she can be as both a two-way attacker and defender in Battlegrounds, especially when in Diamond Forging you have like 6 immunities. This was the beginning of the opening of the Greater Banquet crystals, which I have been doing over the entire event. Just was popping them, didn't really feel like spinning these stacks out, but this is all my saved units I accumulated over the past 2-ish months, but happy with all the T6. A lot of gold. The gold was the most helpful part in the entire thing with these crystals. I got so much gold from this, which let me rank up so many new champions. And it was a decent amount of ISO, an alright amount of 6-star shards, but nothing really too big. Pretty much just ISO and more 7-star shards. These crystals, I didn't really get anything super crazy from them. It's mainly just new champs because a lot of these champs are actually new to the pool. So, adding them to the roster. I've seen a lot of people have opinions on the Banquet rewards, and I think for pretty much anyone but very, very endgame players, the Banquet is an amazing event. But for super endgame, I don't think the rewards are really worth it. Maybe the amount of gold and ISO you can get from this and the catalyst, but that's about it. There's no real standout rewards. These were just all the 6-star crystals I got from the crystals, but 2 dupes on Absorbing Man is very much appreciated. Getting his levels up, love him in Alliance War. Can't exactly remember where I got the nexuses from, but just more ISO, more shards. We got some more of these crystals. Yet again, a lot of gold. Love that. And then just popping open more of the Paragons. This was one of the better batches. I ended up pulling a nice 3,007 star shards. Every Abyss Nexus I gotta select, I went for Science. I was really looking for Silk Photon or Quicksilver here. And then maybe Red Guardian because the buff looks really good and I'm really looking forward to it. But really here you see the Red Guardian, but nothing here really catches my eye. The Scorpion Awakening isn't really big to me, even though I have him at rank 3. Thing doesn't really, not my type of champ. I mainly just put him on a defense in Battlegrounds. Here again, we have the Alliance 6-star Nexus Crystal, and Red Guardian, Void, Thing again, really wants me to pick up Spider Ham. I'm not picking Spider Ham due to the fact that he is in the 7-star pool, but just want the Red Guardian dupe. This was the first of the 7-star event crystals, and I just really didn't want Adam Warlock because I took him up to rank 5 during this event, but my main pulls was I really wanted Moon Dragon and Shocker, and I was really happy with anyone that wasn't Adam Warlock in this. But my number 1 pull, the one I wanted, Moon Dragon, and ended up getting around my first one. Was super excited about that. We'll hopefully at some point record some gameplay. This was how I got most of my units, is I did the piggy bank crystals because they were great deals. But I got a bunch of platinum pool pieces in those first 2 batches and a good amount of units. But this just ends up going into some greater banquet crystals. Forget that we got rid of that event. But pop it up in some T5CC, looks like some decent ISO, farm that T3A, and a lot of gold. Here yet again, going for the feature, trying to get, this was before Vox was in the basic pool, and I was really wanting Photon, but little Dormammu. And then I'm pretty sure this is the 6-star relic from the solo Banquet event, but I wasn't really looking for anyone in particular, but that Thor relic is amazing for Adam Warlock, so that went straight to Adam Warlock. Just another small bucket of Greater Banquet crystals, but a massive, massive gold pull. This was the second crystal, and I was looking for either Sandman or Shocker here. Probably the ones I wanted. No Moon Dragon dupe wouldn't be too bad, but ended up getting Shocker. Was super excited about that. I love him as a champ. I love champs that have that nice niche utility of not critting because it triggers abilities on a lot of characters. Here, this is the first 7-star, but here I would love Shuri, Guardian, Wiccan, a lot of good champs coming through here. Mysterio wouldn't be bad, but then end up pulling first time 7-star dupe on Storm-X, which out of my rosters, probably one of the better dupes to get, but at the end of the day, don't really want to dupe a 7-star. This was yet another next selector, and I mean the eye bomb was pretty nice since it was that void dupe, but end of the day probably gonna go with eye bomb, eventually break him up. A lot of utility, very useful champ. This was the Banquet rewards, I believe. That Ant-Man, that looks kind of useless. Got the 6-star one, but the Hulk one's nice. Probably going to throw it on $20.99 or Silk when I get our 6-star. Here, I just ended up going with the dual class crystals. Few characters in here I'm looking for, but neither of those ones is it. Colossus Sigs are nice, but then we open all these 6-star Nexus crystals. First one, super excited about that Photon, probably going to rank 4 soon. And then just more 6 on my R3 Spidey. And then Quicksilver, amazing pull yet again. And then just didn't didn't really want to pick Mantis because she's in the 7-star pool, and Rhino is meme tier champion. And then here is the 7-star crystal I did today. Did more of that 7 for 7, but here just looking for some champs for Battlegrounds, and we get an amazing one in Overseer. Super excited about that. He's a really good defender and a sneaky attacker. Hope you guys enjoyed this crystal opening, and have a good day.